DreAllDay.com.
What's good, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. Topic of this video here, we're going to talk about habits. Habits and the effect that they're having on your life. And 4 points I'm going to share with you here is about how much of your life is habitual. Number 2, how often these habits are affecting your life. Number 3, what you're going to do about it for your life, how you evaluate your habits and what you do about it for your life. And number 4, what changes you could possibly be making. How they're affecting your life is number 3, and what changes you can make is point number 4. So let's get into it. First of all, understanding that we all know we have habits. Like, we have some good habits, like waking up at the same time every day, going to bed early, maybe eating the right foods, doing your homework, doing your job, working hard, showing up every day. Those are some positive habits we could have. We could also have some unproductive habits, like eating the wrong foods, not sticking to our schedule, not doing the things that we say that we're going to do, not being as disciplined with the things that we want to do better at. We know we want to do better, but we just can't seem to turn the corner on that discipline. And we all have some habits we could get better at. We got some habits that are helping us a lot that maybe sometimes we can't stick to as much as we want to. That's what we're going to talk about here in this video. So number 1 thing you need to understand about habits is that 85% of our thoughts, and I talked about this in my book, Work on Your Game, 85% of our thoughts are habitual and unconscious, meaning we're thinking them and then that leads to our doings. The things we think about, we end up talking about, and things we talk about, we end up doing. 85% of our thoughts are habitual and unconscious, meaning we do them all the time and we don't even realize that we're doing them. So that could be a really good thing for you once you get a good habit on autopilot, so to speak. You start doing the things that you want to do without having to think about it, or nobody has to remind you. You don't even have to write it down. It just happens. That's good, but also in a bad way. Like if you eat ice cream and cake for dinner every night, or you're eating pizza every Friday, or you're sleeping in when you're supposed to be going to the gym with your personal trainer, or you're not going to that boot camp class, you can lose that last 15 pounds. Those are bad habits. But they're unconscious and habitual, meaning we don't even realize that we're doing them, but we're doing them over and over and over and over again. This is 85% of the things that we think, which means the majority of our lives are run by habit, not by our conscious thought. And us humans, we tend to think that we're making conscious decisions about everything we do, but we're really not. We're really controlled by our habits, which is more unconscious than it is unconscious, subconscious than it is actual conscious in our actual thoughts, choices, and decisions. So you need to get control of these habits, because leading in right into point number 2, your habits are always controlling you. Your habits are controlling you in one way or another at all times. You got a habit of how you listen to people when they're talking to you. You got a habit of looking at YouTube videos if you're looking at this. You got a habit of how often you go to the gym, how long you stay at the gym, the way you work out at the gym. And you can see that in the way that your body and your performance look. The way that you think is based on the material that you habitually take in, or the people who you habitually spend time around, or the things that you habitually give your energy to, whether you're paying attention to them or you're not giving energy to them and not paying attention to them, but they could help you in the long run. So your life is run by habits at all times. They are always working for you, or they're always working against you, but they are always doing something. Habits do not take a day off. Habits do not go on vacation. Habits don't get tired. Habits don't take naps. Habits are always working for you or against you at all times. So you need to look at your life, and if there's any areas of your life that are not the way that you want them, that means there are some habits that need to be changed. Point number 3, what we're talking about here is habits and what effect they're having on your life and your success or your lack of success in any particular area. Understand that if you don't take control of your habits, if you don't start examining your habits and asking yourself which one is working for me, and keeping that one, enhancing that habit, maybe making it even stronger, and you're not asking yourself which ones are working against me and thus deleting those habits that are not helping you, then you know what's going to happen in the long run, right? Your life is just going to become a reflection of the habits that you don't want, or the habits that have gotten you to where you are right now. And I'm sure you have some you want to get rid of. If you don't do anything to take control of those habits, since we already know that they're unconscious and habitual, they're habits, so of course they're habitual, then your life is just going to continue to be a reflection of what you already have. And I guarantee everybody watching this video, you have some area of your life where you want to make things better, where you think you could do a lot better, where maybe you're doing absolutely nothing and you can start doing something. An area where maybe you're doing too much and you need to stop doing it completely because it's not helping you at all, maybe in the way you eat, or the way that you work, or the way that you think consciously. So if you don't take control of these habits, your life is going to become more of what you already got. It's basically going to be Groundhog Day, the same thing over and over and over again. And unless your life is perfect right now, that means you should have a sense of urgency about doing something and taking some control over your habits. How do you do this? Point number 4. Every single day, you need to treat your habits the way you would a job review. Any of you who's ever worked at a company where they do employee reviews, in some companies they do it every year, some places every 6 months, some places every 90 days. Employee review works very simply. You sit down with your supervisor, your boss, the owner, whoever. They go over your work performance. This is the job you're supposed to do. Here's the things you've done well. Here's the things you haven't really done well. Here's what you need to keep doing. Here's what you need to stop doing. Here's what you need to you're doing it, but you need to fix it a little bit. Here's some changes that we need to make. Maybe if this employee review doesn't go too well, you might not have a job at the end of the review, right? And they do this every 6 months, every 12 months, every 90 days, whatever amount, whatever frequency they do it, wherever you work or wherever you have worked. That's how employee reviews work. So this is what you're going to do with your habits. You're going to treat your habits like employees who work for you, but instead of looking at them every 6 months or even every 90 days, you want to look at your habits every single day. Every time you get to an area of your life where you feel like it's not going the way you want it to go, ask yourself a simple question. What is the habit that has created this situation in my life? That's the first question. Second question, should I delete this habit? Do I need to alter this habit? Or should I keep this habit? Those are only 3 questions you can ask. Now, if it's an area that you don't want things, you're probably not going to keep it. So really, you only got 2 questions. Can I alter this habit and make it a little bit better than it is? For example, if you're a person who, let's use working out as an example. You go to the gym every day, but you're still not in the shape that you want to be in. Maybe it doesn't mean you should stop going to the gym. Maybe it just means what you do in the gym needs to change, or how you do it, or who you're doing it with. Maybe those things change. So you just alter the habit rather than deleting the habit. Now, if you got a habit of sitting on your couch every Friday, Saturday night watching Netflix and not going to the gym on the weekend, maybe you can delete that habit and replace it with going to the gym. So those are the times where you ask yourself, can I delete the habit, or can I alter the habit and make it better, or do I need to delete the habit and just get rid of it completely? Now, if you get to an area of your life, think of an area of your life, which you probably can, where things are exactly how you want them. They're going actually pretty well. Ask yourself, what is the habit that created this outcome? Because I guarantee you it was a habit that created that outcome, that is maintaining that outcome. What can I do to take the same principles of this habit that's working for me and apply it to some area that's not quite going the way that I want it to go? Take these principles and apply it somewhere that is not working, and let's see if I can make it work just by applying what I know is working in a different area of my life. So these are the ways that you can evaluate your habits, get them to work for you, or get rid of the ones that are not working at all. Job review day, when it comes to your habits, is every single day. It's not every 6 months. It's not when you get around to it. It's all the time, because your habits, again, are running your life. So if you don't start running them, they will continue to run you. Let's recap this topic. We're talking about habits and the way that they are, what effect they're having on your life. Number 1, habits are 85% habitual and unconscious, meaning you don't even know that they're happening, but they're happening, and they're happening all the time, and they are controlling your life. Moving into point number 2, your habits are always working for you or against you. They don't go to sleep, they don't take a nap, they don't go on vacation. Your habits are producing a result at all times. If you ever see or think of a result in your life that you don't want, there's a habit behind it. When you see results that you do want, there's a habit behind that. Leading to point number 3, if you do not take control of your habits will control you, meaning you will continue to get more of the things that you don't want, or if you just leave the habit that is working for you, you'll keep getting things that you do want. So leads to point number 4. How do you know what to do with habits? When you come across an area of your life that is going the way you want it to go, ask yourself, what's the habit that created this? How can I take the principles from this good habit that's producing a good result and apply it to some area that needs fixing? And when you come across a habit that's not working for you, ask yourself, do I alter this habit? Can I change it around a little bit and make it better than it is? Or do I need to completely delete this habit and replace it with something different, or just don't replace it with anything? Just get rid of it completely because it's obviously not serving me. So these are the questions that you ask yourself whenever you evaluate your habits, and that evaluation period needs to happen every single day. If you're not evaluating your habits, they're just going to continue to run you. And if your life is not perfect exactly as you want it, then that means you got some habits you need to change. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com. My book, Work on Your Game, Using the Pro Athlete Mindset to Dominate in Business, Sports, and Life, is available now where all books are sold, physical, digital, and of course the audiobook, 100% done by me. You have learned from these philosophies, the mental game, business, sports, life, anything you do, this is the book for you. Go get it now and work on your game. Dre all day.